gamers, welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live. Sorry, I was a bit thrown off because if you look behind me, I made a bit of an oopsie. So I'm going to do this little move right here, and I am going to rush, and I'm going to turn on my desktop audio. That way it's just not awkward silence. I have all of my lights still plugged in. I was updating my description to include some new things, and so that took up most of my brain energy getting that together before stream. But we should have this. Now everything should be good. Hello everybody. Welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. Sorry, I'm a little bit blown out right now. I hate this, right? My lighting in the winter is pretty good for, like, considering the space that I'm working with and, like, the equipment I'm working with. What's up, JDM? You're making steak based. With what I'm working with, my lighting during the winter is pretty good. During the spring and during the summer, no, I never know what to put my key light at because I have this giant window in front of me that I could put a curtain up, but, like, if you saw how my room was laid out, you'd be like, oh yeah, I see why having a curtain up there would be kind of difficult. So I'm a little bit blown out right now, but the sun should be setting at some point during stream. So halfway through stream, the lighting's gonna look really good. But you guys didn't come here to hear me spurg out about lighting. You came, hopefully you came for some Planet Coaster, because that's what we're doing. If you came for something else, well, L. Please stay, but L for you. You gotta take that L, which means staying. We're gonna be working on the Boardwalk Park tonight. I'm very, very pleased with the progress on this park. It's coming along very nicely. I think this station, it's kind of broken over here, but that makes sense. I think this station looks great. I think this log flume coming up along here, I was worried that this would look kind of stupid, but I think it works really well. Especially like when you're down here, if we go on guest level, like, I think it looks great. I think it doesn't feel like super out of place or anything like that. So I'm very happy with how all of these areas have come out. I'm very happy with the tropical section. I think it looks dope, especially now that we've kind of filled it out a bit more and there's more of like a distinctive sort of entryway here. Tonight, the main thing we're going to be working on is we need to refurbish and redo these buildings because these ones I downloaded from the Steam Workshop and I want everything in here to be buildings that I did. So we need to, like, I kind of shaped everything around these buildings, so we need them to keep the same basic shape. So we just need to go through and kind of make them match the rest of the land. And then also, still haven't quite decided what to put here. I think what I'm gonna do is put like a restaurant here, kind of like one of these buildings, but more like tower oriented, and then a pathway into like a picnic area here. I think this would be a really cool place to have a little picnic area. We can also fill out this space as well, and then maybe I'll just throw some like random scenery just around here to kind of fill out that. So that's what I have planned for this area. Which I actually really like this idea. These really helped. Because I completely forgot what I wanted to do with this section. So I'm gonna keep doing this. Right here, probably. And then here is picnic area. And then I think here, another picnic area just for more eating space. And then maybe either just like scenery. So scenery, and then keep that picnic area. We're gonna make this food stall, and then the other one can stay picnic area. Okay, so we've got all that mapped out, and then I need to decide. I think there's a couple things I can do with this to kind of make it feel more natural, because right now I don't know, it just feels weird here. Like, especially with how condensed everything else is. So we need to either build another roller coaster, like, over here that kind of works in with this coaster. I think we need to build a building here. I'm going to do that. Keep doing that with this. Because this helps my brain a lot. And I can just keep that saying restaurant. I think a restaurant there. And then I'm thinking, like, maybe some theming here. Because you still need this. We still need this, you know? I would like to see if there's a flat ride we can fit in one of these spaces. So I'm gonna go ahead and flat ride. I know this is kind of what's the word? Busy work's not the word. Tedious, but I know this is kind of tedious, but with how my brain works and with how many things I have going on in this park, this is very necessary, because just I'm gonna end up getting to this area and just, like, it's gonna be the dial-up meme. I'm gonna completely forget all the ideas I had. So, and we still have all of this area to play with. I don't think I'm going to do any more expansions to the actual boardwalk surface area, because this whole tropical area was originally an expansion. Like, this all wasn't here when I first built the boardwalk. Same with this area, I believe. So I don't think I'm going to do any more of that unless it's absolutely necessary. I think I also need to do something to attach this to the dock a little bit better. But we'll revisit that. It's not super necessary because you can't even really see it from the park. But, okay, back to the main plan for tonight, which is over here. I've already started on this building. You can see just kind of replacing this with these with stonework to kind of match the rest of the stuff we have. So just delete all of this. Delete this. And delete. Not that. Delete. And this. Okay, the hitboxes on the wall pieces are kind of finicky sometimes. It's very annoying. Then get rid of this guy. Okay. That's all fine. Now we go into scenery, and it's ruined wall, so it's gonna be these pieces. Yep. Just have these go all the way down. Okay. Then over here, boom. Nice. Grab this wall. We've already got it there. We've already got it going down there. So now we need it here, 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 and here. Nice. That's all good. And then we need to dupe this. Just like that. And then we go into the scenery. This. Boom. Because that's the first level. I'm gonna get rid of this. I might do a balcony. Might do a balcony somewhere. But shit. I want this at the end of the day. This needs to be like a very different building. And then once this is done, we can just duplicate it and put it over here. So get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of all the windows because this is gonna be beamwork all the way up. Keep this, and then all of this needs to be gone. Boom. Alright. And this is all going to remain clay. I do like the colors, but we don't have anything purple, so I think I'm going to make these match the colors of the other buildings we have. But we're going to do that later. The next thing we're going to do, we need to get rid of these decals. Get rid of all of these. We can leave that because no one's going to see it. Get rid of the wall decal. Okay. That's all fine. And then these. Alright, now we go into scenery and we go to I'm just gonna do wood. I was gonna say Viking, but now I just kinda wanna see what like the newer Western wood panels would look like here. Wood plank wall. That is way too dark. It needs to be more like here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with the Viking. Just because that's what the rest of the land is. It's gonna look too out of place if I do anything else. So there it is. I don't know why I didn't see that. Still got this. Boom. Boom, boom. This here, and then, nope, go here, 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 and then here and here. And it looks like we are, I was thinking maybe we wouldn't need to, but we're definitely going to need to delete these and replace them with the Viking wooden ones. And scenery. There we go. Get rid of this wall decal because it doesn't really make sense there anymore. Okay, so that's all of that. What's this? Oh. Does this need to be here? No, it doesn't. Okay. Put it there just because, like, why not? So now all of these. Let's go get the right color blue first. So. Confirm. Okay. So that's the right blue. This is the pale white. Yeah. Or that might be the green. It's kind of hard to tell. This is the green. Okay. So now we've got all the colors. Boom, boom. Boom. Okay. And this is going to be... Boom. Beautiful. I think that's already the right... I like that yellow better anyway. And then now we got the green. Which looks already kind of close. Okay. So now that all of those are the right colors, we need to get rid of these. Boom. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. This decal makes no sense anymore. Okay. Let's check and make sure there's no other oddly placed decals. Seems like we're fine. Alright, so now we just do this. Easy. And then we do this. Sure. That's good. Then we do it down this side. Boom, boom. And then boom, boom. Boom, boom. Based. Take this off. This needs to come forward now. Just like that. Perfect. That can remain like that. We should just be able to do this. We'll have to bring those other things forward as well. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Okay, so we've got all of that. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything on the front face. No, okay, everything's good. So these just need to be pulled forward. So now, like that. And then we can come over here. And just... Bam. Okay. So we've got all that good. Then we need to bring this. So now. Is that poking up? Okay, cool. As long as it's not poking out of the water, should be good. Alright. That's all fun. Okay. That's all good. This needs to be duped. That just makes sense. And I think this is fine. After we put this floor here, it'll be fine as is. Nice. I like that. And I think that's all of the main beams done. So now, it's the fun part. It's crossbeam time. Everybody loves a good crossbeam time. We're going to put these all through here. And then, how do we want to do this? I'm thinking this. We've got that. Actually, wait. This is kind of taking the easy way out, but I think it could still work. Yeah, and then just okay. Because if all of these have like kind of a different design to them, we can get away with this one being a bit more simplistic. Okay. And then now we still need to nice. And then I think nice. That's fine. And then we can put I want it to be slightly smaller. That perception. Not perception, perspective. I'm stupid. I can't talk. So I can't talk and think at the same time. How am I supposed to talk and play video games at the same time? This is impossible. Boom. Then we just go like this and make it smaller until it fits. It fits. Snap distance. Okay, I can work with this. Okay, and then we just get... Turn this off. Hell yeah, gamers. Look at that. Grab all of these. And just line it up. Perfect. And then we have this window. That would be perfect. Right up here. Bam. Also just kind of feels like this is just sort of hanging here. That's not gonna work. I think it looks fine. And that just kind of has to stay as is. So I think the main draw is gonna be here. Okay, bam, 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 bam. Just like this. Boom. Boom. There we go. I'm thinking like this. Just like this. Shit. I do that way more often than I should. And I'm thinking like, I don't like this. I think that's too much going on. And then I think for this last one, just like, I'm just gonna go here. Steak is done. Nice. I'm so jealous, bro. I would love a good steak. And then we're just gonna copy and paste this design to the other side. There's no sense in doing it all over again. You didn't say it was good? I mean, fair. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. I made General Tso's chicken last night, so I don't think I'll do chicken again. Oh, we don't need to do this on the other side. Alright, based. Not yet. I just realized that this whole back part. Needs to be done. Bam. Alright. Oh, rad. I guess it doesn't really matter how perfectly lined up that window is. Is that even attached? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. This music's giving you existentialism? I mean, yeah. This music does do that. I figured, like, what's good building music? And I'm like, oh. Seemed like a pretty easy. Yo. What's up, Oliver? How long would it start? I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that, my guy. Let's see. I think up here. Sure. Boom. Let's see. What are we doing? Is Oliver just watching like was like 36 minutes behind? Oliver, come back! You've entered the time slip. I think that's good. Am I missing something on this? Is there more to do? I don't think so. Oh no! He is stuck in time limbo. Oh, poor Oliver. Everybody. Because the fact... I'm assuming the fact that you have no mention on what I'm saying right now, I think confirms to me that you're stuck. Yeah, don't wear it out. That is the correct number. Let's see. Now we just delete. Now we pause. Boom. Oliver, are you here to be passive aggressive? That's not very nice. I can't really tell because you're so far behind in the stream and I don't want to be a dick to somebody who's just confused. It feels mean and unnecessary. Dude, your guess is as good as mine as to why I have 191 subs. I think I'm at least a 2K streamer. I think that's fair to say. At least on some nights. Some nights I really earn that 191. Bam. Mesa just trying to be my time ambassador to the person speaking to us from the past. Oliver, I hope you don't. I hope when you get to this part in the stream, I hope you're not mad that I'm making fun of you. I just think it's really funny. I don't know how else to handle. I don't know how to help you with your time problem. Oh, I'm noticing a major issue. Okay, let's fix this. This isn't easy. This game is very fun, Oliver. When you get to this part in the stream in like 30 minutes, it's definitely worth buying. If you don't have one of the newer consoles, Planet Coaster 1 is as good, many would say. And I would highly recommend that. That's my goal. I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting all of your tutorial information from me. But I do hope to at least spur some ideas in the minds of everyone. All right, now it's the fun part. It's dirt time. We gotta go into wall decorations and we gotta add some dirt. We'll do this dirt. We won't do a ton of dirt. Is there like wooden like cracks, I guess? Nah, I don't think that's really. I think more like moss is gonna make sense on the wood. Mason's streaming for me right now. I think Mason deserves. Mason, you deserve a round of applause for streaming for me in the past. I would end this bit, but this is the most interesting thing to happen. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to set people's expectations too low. Okay. Now we make it blue. And I'm just kind of placing these. Is that sakana? Does that just say fish? I can't quite tell. What are we doing? Nope. Okay, cool. It's been so long since I've studied Japanese. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for letting it slip so badly. Nice. And this is all like covered by this, so I don't feel the need to really grunge all of this up for realism. All right, look at that, gamers. That looks so nice. I am so... no shade on the original building whatsoever, but this looks like way more melded in with like all the other stuff we got going on. You mistyped? That's evil? What are we talking about, bro? We need to build a station for this at some point. But let's come back over here. Let's take a break from the medieval stuff and come over here. So I want this to be a picnic area. What's this? This is a food stall. Okay, so I'm thinking like a... I think I have... Guess want to read, can't reach... What? Where? Okay, I guess nowhere. I'm thinking something like this as like a brick oven it's like a brick oven pizzeria. Not quite as detailed as this, but I'm just kind of using it to get in. I need like a reference. I need to draw from a reference. Okay, so it looks like it's just pathing inside. So come over here. So our picnic table. I think I should also... I feel like I should alter the path, but I kind of like that it's all the wood. I'll think about that later. So going into here. Draw tool. We'll do stamps. Okay, we'll have to rebuild the supports there, but that's easy to do. Okay. And then something like this. There we go. We'll have a restaurant over here. Okay, so now coming here, we'll go to facilities. Food. Where's that pizza pen? Here we go. Not that close. No, don't add to Helios. That is like the opposite of what I want to do. And like here. And then drinks. Okay. go into scenery, brick. I think this, it's like the modern, and this is like the classic brick. I think I like this a little better. Got that. And then I'm almost. I'm curious what the clearance on that is. Okay, so here comes one of the trains. How much room do we gotta play with? Oh, I think that's plenty. Do I think Katy Perry went to space? I think it depends. It depends on what you think is funnier. That she went to space, or that she only went to space on a technicality. I think they're both kind of funny for different reasons. I think Katy Perry went to space is funnier, so I think she went to space. I'll give that to her. Also, like, let's be real. If I did the exact same thing that she did, I would be like, guys, I went to fucking space. Guess what I did over the weekend? I went to space. Like, I would be on that shit. So, I'll give it to her. Scenery theme. I want like the metal, the western metal roof. Yeah. People think they faked the whole thing. Well, yeah, of course they did. People are fucking stupid. Like, people think the moon landing was fake. It is not remotely. It's probably literally the same people. Let's see. Like, literally everything's fake if your IQ is low enough. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Just so I don't forget. All of this. Everything here needs a railing. Just because, like, you're going in between the rides and shit. Nice. So now we're back here. Facilities. Bathroom. You can never have too many bathrooms. And then back to decals. Get rid of this. It's an electrical switch. We want one of these. soda. This needs to be more attached. Got that. This could be a little bit higher. And then I think lights. Lights. There's a specific one I'm looking for, and it's not any of these. Where is it? This one. I'm not crazy about how this looks. I think part of it is this. I think this needs an overhang. It needs something down here. I think everything I want, because I want kind of like a more industrial sort of steampunk kind of feel to this. So I think anything I would want is going to be, it's a notice board. Okay, I think that's perfect. Maybe it's fine as is, and I'm just overthinking it. Because that's, like, for sure totally possible. I would even say that's, like, the most likely outcome. I think what it needs, this is just a theory, iron girder. Is there like a, it's something like this? I think this is gonna be what we needed. Oh, wait, no. This is literally the exact... This is what I was trying to make. I want it bigger. Put one of these guys right in here for ambiance. We just gotta put it inside. Hell yeah. I think it could definitely be better. This needs to say restrooms. I think these need to be gray, not white. Okay, this is the right. Scenery. Pillar. That's not quite what I was thinking. Okay, so you get the color right. Nice. I think that came out way better than I was expecting. So now we're gonna go into picnic benches. I think these should work. I think these work fine. These are being left blank for a reason. So we're gonna go into umbrellas and make this. Yeah. Then we can open these now. Hell yeah. So we got stuff there. Then now this, I want it to be a restaurant. So. Could also make it, nah, we need more buildings in this part of the park. with how dense everywhere else is. So I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look up images of barbecue restaurants and just see like what we're working with. I could just straight up make a mission barbecue. Like the basic bitch that I am. Open image in new tab. Let's see. A mission barbecue would actually be really easy to build. And that's like kind of instantly recognizable as like a barbecue restaurant. I can at least use it as like a style guide, I think. Kind of get the vibe. Okay. I think we can do something approximating this. If I can build a Subway in Minecraft, I can build a barbecue restaurant in this game. Where? He seems perfectly capable of reaching the park. And are people like just getting stuck at the bottom of these stairs? I guess he is. I don't know what this guy's issue is. Everyone else seems to be doing just fine. I think he's just confused. Back over here. I think we're gonna have the restaurant up a little platform. Where is Helios? Oh, did I make this? Okay, that's not a problem. That's not anything that I think will cause any issues. Getting the right camera angle is difficult. Kind of like this. We have like the... Shit, don't do that. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. Okay. I think that's a good general floor plan. So now we come into here to our good old friend Plaster. I don't even know her. Let's be kind of like a stormy gray. Now come into here. That's about right, I feel. For like higher up restaurant style windows. So this is the general shape, because this is, I'm gonna have this be like outdoor seating. So we have that. I don't think it needs to be quite that tall. And I'll be adding stuff to this to make it look not like a big box store. So I've got that. Alright, that's all pretty good, I think. We just need to do this little move. Just cover up these gaps. Now, yeah, this is the shit. This is the shit we want. Actually, or we can just use this piece. Okay. I also think it would behoove us to make the windows like wooden. That's just kind of my thought. Maybe I'm wrong though. Okay, now that this is kind of all in context, I do think we need to lower this trim, this bottom trim. like here. Okay. I like all of that. Okay, I'm not uber worried with the interior, at least not right now. This is gonna remain. I'm actually gonna delete these window pieces. In lieu, keep these like this. Alright. That's all good to me. And the reason I wanted to delete those is I think I want these to be for wood. Yeah, I think I like that a lot better. Yes, Queen. Okay. So we've got all that. It's the basic. It's the basic exterior done. And then I guess we do need these window pieces. Or no, we don't. No, we don't. Not those. Because then we'll have, like, benches and stuff here. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. That might be too low. I think it should be fine. Okay. Got all that done. Now, what next? I think roof. And obviously, the modern wood roof. This will be the interior roof. And then the exterior roof is going to be this wood tile. It's going to be that same metal roof. Here we go. Is there not a flat one? Uh-oh. There really should. Okay, where's the corrugated metal? This one. This has a flat version. The aquatic corrugated roof. It only has a 4-meter slope. And it doesn't have the angles I need. I think we can fake it. Where's the wood tile? Mirror slope 4, 2, 1. Is there an iron corrugated floor? I don't think so. But this is close enough. Because you're not gonna be able to see it from the from down here, only from up here. So how much does it really matter? Is there not an overhang? Alright, so we're gonna have to do this overhang. This might work. I'm not sure. Aw, no, it doesn't work. Okay. That's fine. Let's go with that. For some reason, I can't picture outdoor seating in my brain. Like, what the roof of that looks like. I guess we could just have an open air balcony. It would give the best views of this. But going into here. Thick wooden beam straight. I feel like this would be better if it was a metal square. I feel like that's... So right now I'm trying to build like a door and a window frame, essentially. You know, like the glass restaurant front. I'm just trying to think. What's like this work? Maybe? We'd have to make it really small, and I don't actually think that necessarily looks better. I think we were on the right track. This guy. Okay. So, for this to be centered, thinking like, so that's center. It's about door width. That's about door height. We're gonna have to do the same over here. I'm not super worried about that. Let's see. Trying to see if there's just like a... We almost nailed that size, low-key. So now we come over here. I'm thinking this size piece. Boom. I even noticed they're at 69. Nice. Now we just need glass. Boom. I think that looks rad. So far, this is going like way better than I would have hoped for. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the interior. I mean, they are adding a restaurant mechanic to the game, so I might just leave this as an empty building and then see, like, what that means. Like, what the restaurant mechanic is. And then see if I can't retrofit this building to just be a restaurant. Like, a proper one. So, I think leave it blank for tonight's stream. But, I mean, like, the main thing we needed was just to fill out all of this space here, because the park, like, very clearly ends by the time it hits this launch coaster over here. So, it was high time we started continuing this along. Okay. Scenery. Let's add some lights. We'll add some of those same lights we had on the pizza pen. These guys. And these will light up whatever sign I end up putting up here. I low-key might just get a screen and grab a Mission Barbecue logo and just throw it there and be like, ah, good enough. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? No one's gonna... They're not gonna notice. We do need... Let's see... would like awnings. Which I guess we could in theory like Frankenstein an awning here. Boom. Select all of these. Make that. Boom. I think it looks kind of odd right here. But I think how tall are the I think I can fix that. We can fix her. I think if I grab this guy. This one says flat ride. I wonder if we can't fit something there. If we're not able to fit something here. 'Cause again, it's just like about filling out space. And maybe I can do some planters over here. I just don't know. But like, it just feels very empty over here. Especially with how, like, filled out everything else is. Like, even over here is pretty filled. Not necessarily to bursting, but this looks so much better now. I'm so happy with that. Alright, I think that's a good stopping place for now. Because like I said, I want to leave it blank until they actually add the restaurants to the game. Because we may be able to use this as like an actual functioning restaurant. I'd much rather do that than like build just random food stalls in there. So it's 8:38. I would say that's a pretty decent stopping point. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it there. Even though there weren't as many streams this week, it is still a work night. So I appreciate you guys for understanding. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button. Helps the streams do well in the algorithm. Also, if you want to know when we're going to be live next, we'll be live, or I will be live on next Tuesday. That's the most important thing. I should have like led with that. Just a reminder, no streams over the weekend for Good Friday and Easter. So our next stream isn't going to be until Tuesday, and I'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. The best way to make sure that you don't miss that stream is, of course, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I upload one every weekend. This upcoming weekend is going to be GeoGuessr. This past weekend was Euro Truck Sim 2. And a pretty funny video, if I do say so myself. So definitely go check it out. Yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter weekend. I hope you spend some good time with your family. And I will catch you guys all on the next stream. Stay sponge, gamers.